When your F4 Customs windshield was shipped, there was Velcro that was put in the box. Take the Velcro and we're going to apply it to this portion of the fairing where the black tape was at. So what we do is you just start to peel this back. I like to start from the left side, and we apply that Velcro so that it's nice and flush with the top of the ridge that runs along here. When you reach a certain point and it starts to go around the radius, you want to take a utility knife and you want to cut the Velcro about 3/4 of the way through, just like this. And that allows the Velcro to lay nice and flat against the fairing. Then you just follow it straight on around, pressing it down as you go. And then when you start to go around this radius, go ahead and make another cut or two as you go around this corner. And that just allows that Velcro to lay down just nice and flat. Then finish it up all the way to the top, like that. Then what you want to do is you want to take a utility knife and just very carefully trim this area just nice and neat, just like that. Gives it a nice appearance. Take your thumb, flatten it down, and then come back to this area on this side and do the same. Just very nice and easily. Just take and trim the edge nice and neat. There. Now we're ready to set the windshield mechanism here in the center for when we want to do the install. So what you do is these mechanisms are made so that when you go all the way to the top and let them go, they'll fall all the way to the bottom. Be sure you push it all the way down. And then you can ratchet your mechanism back up to different places. So what we're going to do is we're going to be sure that the mechanism all the way up releases, goes all the way down, and then start to move the mechanism and put it in the 4th notch for the +4 windshield. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, if you're going to be mounting a stock or a +2 or the -2-inch F4 Customs windshield on the 1800, you don't need to worry about that. You can put that wherever you want it. But for the +4, we recommend that it be put in the 4th notch. So now let's get the windshield and let's go ahead and put it back on. Now we're ready to put the windshield back on, and as you can see, I've already put the embossed washer here and the flat strip on the back. I put the screw in it, put it back on, but I left it loose, and that way we can get our alignment a lot easier. So you just set the windshield up here like this, then take your 5mm Allen with the bolt, put it back in, press easily, and once you get it in just so far, grab the windshield and just give it a little bit of a movement so that you can see how easily it's set right in there and it didn't clamp the back. These bolts have shoulders on them, as you can see right here with the shoulder, and so you have to be sure that they go all the way down and seat against the mechanism. And again, once you get it down so far, just take the windshield, move it around until you feel it go through that backing plate, and then just tighten it up. Then what we need to do is go back and put the screws and the other embossed washers back in again. What we do is I go ahead and tighten this up now. We're done with it. And then go ahead and start putting in the embossed washers and screws. One of the things that you'll notice that if you're riding a 1800, one of the newer models, they won't have 5 screws. They're only going to have 3. And that's okay. Honda decided, I guess, that they didn't need those to have 5 in anymore. If you've got 5, put them all in. And if not, 3 is fine. You'll get plenty of support. With the F4 windshield, what you'll really enjoy is when you ride this windshield in the rain. They're amazing in the rain. They really do a great job of shedding the water. They're just absolutely stay crystal clear. So when you get into the rain, the water will blow off. If you want to use Rain-X on the windshield, you can. It won't hurt it. And it makes a very, very nice shield and a safe shield when you happen to get into those days of riding in the rain. So we'll finish putting the rest of these in. As you can see, we've got one more. And once we get these in, the windshield is back intact and we're ready to put the front fairing back on. So that looks pretty good. Let's get the fairing. Now we're going to go ahead and put the cowling back on. As you can see, we very easily put this in here and be very careful. Once you do that, raise the top part up, supporting the lower part, and then just put this 8mm bolt back in. This is the one that you'd taken out previously. There we go. Take the 8mm socket wrench. Give this a little snug, and then we're going to take the garnish and we're going to put it back around like this. Then just let this down and very easily just push these two front grommets back in, set it down in like that, and we're ready to go ahead and put the two nuts back on the sides. So then we change and we go back to the 10mm. We move the mirror out of the way. Then what we need to do is we need to take this part right here, the stud, and put it back up through the hole in the fairing. And then go ahead and put your rag back in there so if you drop the nut, it's not gone forever. And then I just take my socket wrench, usually helps me put that back on rather than use my hands. And now we're ready to tighten it up. When you tighten this up, just snug, doesn't have to be over tightened. Pull the rag back out, move the mirror back in place, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. When you go to put the rubber boots back on, what you want to do is maybe use some silicone and just spray it a little bit on these tabs. And then that'll allow them to slide in just a lot easier. Take this rubber boot, move it back over like this. Also, go ahead and pull the clamps down in the back. That'll also make it easier to put them on. So just take these rubber tabs, slide them back in, like so. Same with this one. Just press them back into place. And then you'll have the tab also at the bottom to put into place, like this. And then it's all done. Be sure all of the rubber boot is sealed all the way around the outside, and you're finished. And you're ready to ride. Thanks for taking the time to watch our installation video. If you have any questions, give F4 Customs a call. You can reach us at 330-968-4644.